hope every member of my family sees this, and I hope they know what I mean when I say I really, really hope that you disown me forever. Jesus. It's now 2:50 in the morning. I've been working in between 18 and 24 hours a day for the last month for this project. And now Facebook doesn't want to pay me the money that they owe me, they said they were going to pay me. And not one of you is going to say, wait, that shouldn't have happened. He should be paid for the thing he did. Every single one of you is going to say, you should have realized that you should have got a fucking job. You should have gone and dumped yourself back into the career. Why are you supporting this evil, evil thing so you can go to Africa and enjoy yourself in the limited time you have left, right? Because you've only got, what, a little bit of time left. You want to make sure that you cry when you talk to me. So I know how much I'm hurting you. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? I'm going to stay live until they shut me down. And I'm just going to riff off for the next 4 hours, at least. And I'm going to stop eating or some bullshit like that. So I can put the same level of emotional strain on you that you have been putting on me to make sure that I understand the error of my ways. So go fuck yourself first and foremost. Stop following me. Stop listening to my videos. Stop watching this shit. Because it's clearly misguided. Because clearly I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm so angry that I don't even want to sit here and be angry. And that's pretty fucking angry for me. Jesus Christ, turn that fucking shit off, man. You like it. You like it. You think that it's good. You think that it's good that you can go have a career and participate in the system, and as long as you do that and take your meds when you're supposed to take your meds because you've been diagnosed because you can't function in society without a diagnosis, well, go fuck yourself, first of all. I'm not taking any more meds. And number two, just fuck yourself in general, because I think that you're an asshole. And yeah, I'm doing damage to my personal relationships right now, but guess what? I'll be a sacrificial fucking lamb. God knows my brother did. You think that was for nothing? Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Fuck you and fuck you and fuck you. Fuck you all. It's bullshit. The entire system is bullshit. Okay? The fact is, it's outdated. The fact is, nobody ever wants to check out and make sure there's not cobwebs forming in the corners. The fact is, we pay legislators to go make rules constantly. They take your money that you use to go to Africa with, and you sell your soul to them, and you prostitute yourself to the system. so that you can have the good things before you die. Have you never thought of that? I'm not talking to a particular person. I'm talking about every single one of you. Have you ever wondered why? Jesus, put the fucking light out, dude. I'm so sick of that showing up in my fucking hand at opportune moments. Jesus Christ, man. Give me a second. Fuck. Do you want to know why it is that nobody realizes anything anymore? It's because what we've been trained to do is realize inadvertently that things are the way they are, and we're given this information from outside of ourselves. So we sit here and we're faced with the unarguable fact that society is how it is, and that is the thing that is real. And realizing we think is done inadvertently. But we sit here and we do it because they tell us we have to, because we believe it. But you believe things on purpose. Realize this. They fucking scammed us. Just because they're a bunch of fucking douchebags is not an excuse for being an asshole. You're an asshole because you're an asshole. Do you guys know about the Rockefeller Foundation? Have you ever looked into it? Have you wondered how we got a government-run school system that teaches us the meanings of words like realize and believe? Have you ever questioned it? Or did you just believe that you have to realize because there's no other way? Like, that's the whole deal. I'm going to go ahead and do a deep dive with you guys. And I hope none of you are still fucking with me, man. I hope you stopped listening. In 1913, the Rockefeller family had a global fucking corporation. It was in all the developing countries. Do you know what happened in 1913? You don't. I guarantee you don't. I will bet you each $500 right now that you can't tell me what it is that happened. Why? Because you never ever questioned it, you fucking idiot and douchebag. Do you know what a what the fuck is the name of that fucking word? Philanthropic organization. Do you know what coined that phrase? You don't. Because you never asked. The Rockefeller Foundation was the first philanthropic organization. You know what else happened as part of the same legislation that defined that? The very first income tax. You didn't know that either. You never asked. Not only that, it never passed muster for the amendment process for the Constitution. Nobody asked that either. Go fuck yourself, you asshole. I'm not fucking crazy. Let me continue. Normally, I'd be doing a deep dive with a fucking Chat GPT or a fucking, a Copilot or a Gemini. But a lot of you are very, very weird about AI stuff. So I'm doing this one from memory, which I very rarely do because I don't really remember shit very good. But I remember this. I remember this a hell of a lot better than you do because you never fucking asked, you douche. Stop following me. Stop liking me. At this point, I'm not doing this for clicks. At this point, I'm doing this to shout it out to the fucking internet because I hope the algorithms are going to do the algorithm thing and just get this to where it needs to go. Before 1913, there was no such thing as a philanthropic organization. Okay? The Rockefeller family, I don't know if y'all know this because they don't teach it in school, but there was a thing called the robber barons of the 1800s. Do any of y'all remember that? If you do, it was because you learned it as a footnote in the history books. The Rockefeller family was like one of the most prevalent members of that group of people. And in 1913, they married the government by paying them with lobbyists, like they always do. And you guys know about lobbyists, but you don't care because you can go to Africa and because you can tell your family members that they're dumb for thinking that it shouldn't be like that. And you think it's right. You think it's holy. You think it's justifiable. You are a fucking whore for the pleasures of society. Not you. Everyone. All of you. I expect that I will lose every family member because of this. And I don't care. The lamb lies down. Fuck you. That already happened. You're too blind to fucking see. Dumbasses. Fucking idiots. Pawns. Pushovers. I hope I offend every goddamn motherfucking one of you because I have poured my heart and soul into this thing. And you don't even give a fuck. Yeah, you. So in 1913, there was no such thing as a philanthropic organization. The Rockefeller Foundation lobbied the government so that the government would recognize them. They weren't a foundation yet. The family lobbied them to create something called a philanthropic organization, which the Rockefeller Foundation was the very first of. What they did is they paid the government to create this thing, and it became a tax haven because they were doing things for the good of society. What they were doing for the good of society is they were lobbying the government to make sure society adjusted itself for the new future. Guess where we are, bitches? Did they teach you that in school? No? Am I incorrect? Check it out. Look it up. Tell me if I'm wrong. I know because I've done the search. I've done the research. I've done the deep dive. I've been down the rabbit hole. And this particular rabbit hole is one of truth. So the Rockefeller Foundation was a way for the Rockefeller family to slough their money into a nonprofit organization, more or less. That's not the terminology they used. They used the term philanthropic organization. There was zero oversight, nothing, absolutely no oversight. This multinational conglomerate was able to shuffle all their money through a philanthropic organization under the guise of trying to help out the average person, supposedly. So that meant that the government wasn't going to be taking taxes from them. So guess what else they did in 1913 that had never been done before? Are you guessing yet? You're not. You're so fucking stupid. It's not because you're stupid, it's because you've had the blinders pulled over you and you've been sold. Not only that, they sold you to you. They decided that they were going to do what's called an income tax. That had nothing to do with the benefit of the people. It had to do with the fact that the government wasn't going to be taking taxes from the Rockefeller family. Because the Rockefeller family was paying the government to be a philanthropic organization so they would have tax breaks. So they had to pay for the tax breaks because the government spends money willy-nilly all the time. If they have money, they're going to spend it. Then they spend money they don't have. And Facebook, especially Mark Zuckerberg, I'll fucking fight you. I don't give a fuck about laws and stuff. I will beat you in a court of law. I guarantee you. I want to square up with you personally because I have a bone to pick with you. Motherfucker. Motherfuckerberg. Mother doesn't have a soul. Grow your hair out long and go surfing so you can look like a normal dude. Go fuck yourself. You fucked your friend over. You know what I'm talking about. So look, back in 1913, for the benefit of the people, because we now have philanthropic organizations that are looking out for everybody, they're going to have to establish an income tax because they're not paying it. You're paying it. Do you know what else they did in 1913? I hope you've stopped listening. The Rockefeller Foundation decided that for the benefit of society, they would team up with the government to make sure that there was a national standard for schooling. Didn't matter where you were, didn't matter what the local economy was, didn't matter any of that because of equity. Have you guys ever heard the word equity before? Go fuck yourself, man. Jesus Christ, why do I have to explain this? Why do I have to fucking sacrifice my fucking, relationships and shit? It's because right is right and wrong is wrong, okay? Someone's got to do it and I'm doing it. And they're going to squelch this. This isn't even going to get reach. It's only going to reach people that are going to be offended by the words that I've said. Good thing I record everything. If you're not as livid as I am right now, then you are a fucking pussy. Either that or you've already sold your soul to financial well-being. So, this philanthropic organization decided they would team up with the government. You know what they did? 1913 also. They established the, what do you call the schooling thing? The damned, somebody help me out here. Not like any of y'all fuckers gonna help me out. I was like, for a higher power to remind me. Oh yeah, something about a school system. We're all very, very, very bent out of shape over the fact that Trump's about to do away with the, whatever that word is. because no, we really need the government to make sure that they raise our children for us. Did you ever think it was weird that your children are required to go to school from the ages of roughly 4 or 5 until they're about 18 or 19, and it's a government mandated school system? Did you never wonder if that was kind of weird or not? Oh, no, it's necessary. You gotta have equity and stuff. Everybody gotta have the same level of education. Department of Education. Did you know that what equity means does not mean you take the lowest ones and you raise them to the highest? You take the highest ones and you drop them down to the lowest so that nobody has an unfair advantage. Did you know that? Did you know that what they did is they did that? So your farmer kids that are supposed to be learning local shit in their farming communities so that they can be farmers and stuff, like that's normal. But because there's black people in the Bronx that were slaves and got sloughed into a ghetto, that means that what they're going to do is they're going to take the highest level of education and drop it down to make sure that nobody gets an unfair advantage over anybody else. And because the Rockefeller Foundation and corporations like them are the future, what they're going to do is they're now going to make sure that they lobby these same politicians that wrote these codes in, even without appropriate amendments to the Constitution, so they can take your money, convince you that they were doing it for the benefit of the people. And you believe them. You believe them. Every one of you. I'm not talking about you specifically. I am talking about you specifically, but I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm talking about your whole family, all the way back. All the fucking way back. My family too. Not only that, but my family right now actually still believes it. And we wonder why we're still fighting each other. So the whole purpose of the education system, it wasn't to educate the children so that society could move forward as well as possible for the benefit of the people. It was so that these people would raise children who then begat more children, and they would raise more children under this system. And the whole thing was that the corporations were going to be good for society. So the Rockefeller, family with their multinational conglomerate, had the Rockefeller Foundation lobbying the government, and then all the while the people, just like a bunch of fucking poor little fucking sheep, just like you, thought that this was for the benefit of society because, well, they're a philanthropic organization. It's in the name. It's all for the benefit of the people. Do you believe that? Do you really believe it? Well, yeah, of course you do. Because how else are you going to go to Africa and enjoy the frills of owning a house and stuff? There's no other way. It's the only way. In fact, if one of your family members tries to see something different, you're actually going to try to convince them that that's not the case. That they're wrong. Not only that, they should be on medication. Because you can't really function in society if you think like that, and you must be psychotic. Right? Right? So, here we are in 1913. Now we have an income tax. So regular people are now paying for these philanthropic organizations to exist as money funnels and tax havens. And the Rockefeller Foundation of the robber barons of the 1800s, with the Rothschilds and some others that we could name, but you'd probably be like, oh, he's conspiracy theorying now. Sit there and they're like, no, we operate for the benefit of society. And then they pay the same politicians that illegally put an income tax on people to pay for these philanthropic organizations, because now the corporations don't have to pay the taxes and the people do. Now those kids get raised in a government-mandated school system. And some of you assholes are going to be like, well, there's homeschoolers and stuff. It's like, yeah, well, fuck you, man. You know what I'm saying. You're the same as those people that, like, when I said, oh yeah, from 4 to 19-ish, we're like, I've never heard of a single school that requires someone to go to school until they're 19. That's fucking stupid as fuck. I'm like, dude, fuck you, man. You know what I'm saying. It's called a margin of error. You would know what that means if you weren't an idiot. Like, and also, what's your intention? Like, what's your intention here? Is your intention because something is right? Or is your intention because this is how you get what you get when you learn to take advantage of the system and participate in the system? That's an important question. Look at me. I'm a fucking loser. I embrace it. Lose me the fuck up, man, because I would never want to be like you. Fuck off, man. So, look. It's worse than that. I could keep talking, and I could keep talking, and I could keep talking. And I probably will. Like I said, it's 3:17 now. I was going to go to bed at like 2 o'clock. And then fucking Facebook was like, oh, no, now you don't get to make any money anymore. That's no longer a thing. Now you got to jump through a bunch of hoops and again. So everyone that said you got to play the system can go fuck yourself. What's worse is I'm going to probably quit and do what you want me to do. And my soul will be sold just like yours. I give up. You're right. You're fucking right. I was an idiot to try to fucking understand the truth. Okay, so that's the deal. But I hope you know what you did. You fucking sold your soul, and you think that it's justifiable because that's how you're raised. Because that's how they raised you. The reason that the Rockefeller Foundation had a lot to do with the school system had a lot to do with making sure that everyone understood that corporations were the future of America, and for the good of society, everyone would be trained to work for a corporation. You already knew this. You delude yourself. You convince yourself that that's not anything you can do anything about. I'm glad I wasted all my tears the other night, because I'd be crying right now. And I'm glad I'm not crying, because you guys don't deserve it. You don't deserve to see that. But when I never do a thing that I'm supposed to be doing, you're going to be very happy, because I finally saw the light and realized the truth. But what will have really happened is a flower that was trying to bloom will have successfully been squelched and crushed and kept from proliferating. And it will be your fault. Not because you did something to me or stopped me from doing something, but because you support a system that is deliberately designed to continue itself the way it is. So if you're hearing me right now, and you're one of my family and friends that have pressured me so hard to finally give up, I finally give up officially. And it's because of you that I'm doing that. Not because you're forcing me to do anything, But because you didn't give a vote of confidence, you didn't give anything. You think that it's like important to acquiesce to the demands of society, and you willfully do it. And everybody wonders why Bill Gates is buying up all the farmland, turning it into commuter villas. You know, just because we don't have like castles and kings and shit, doesn't mean we don't have castles and kings. You guys are serfs. Now I'm going to join your ranks. And I will joyfully toil in the fields so I can have my little vacation time. So go fuck yourself, man. Go fuck yourself to the core of your soul. It doesn't have to be like this. And I hope that I lose everything. I hope that I die because of all this. I hope that I don't have to live to see what the next generation of people has to deal with. Because they're going to be even more convinced than you are. I'm just saying, man. Y'all can go fuck yourselves. And also, if any of you Facebook motherfuckers ever wants to fucking step the fuck up, I'm going to square up to you. You know what you're doing. Y'all can fuck off. Fuck you.